Season 3 has arrived in Rocket League Sideswipe, and along with it comes a whole range of changes to the game, including new settings, a new game mode and arena, some tweaks and improvements, and one incredibly important bug fix. And in this video, we're going to go through pretty much all of them. The first change we're going to talk about is something that affects touchscreen players only. After I made my stall tutorial video, I got a whole bunch of comments from touch players struggling with this annoying issue where their car would randomly start air rolling after a stall. Well, that's now been fixed. It's now possible to completely disable the double tap joystick air roll button. To do it, all you need to do is go into settings, then go accessibility, and untick the box that reads joystick air roll. And there you go. Now, whenever you double tap joystick, nothing happens. The only problem with disabling this is that it's now really difficult to do the broed off kickoff on touchscreen, since we usually use the continuous air roll for that. There is one other way to do it using the half air roll button, but it's pretty difficult to do consistently, so I don't really recommend it. Maybe just use a different kickoff from now on. Two new camera settings have been added to the game. The focused mode, which forces the camera to follow your car around, keeping your car in the center of the screen unless you go up the back walls. And zoomed out mode, which is basically the same as the default mode in the way that it follows the ball and other cars, but it's quite a bit more zoomed out. To be honest, I think that the focus mode is mostly useless, except for content creators who could use it for montages and other types of videos. But I think for players, it's going to be far too zoomed in to be useful in-game. The zoomed out mode, however, I think is really useful, and I think it's something that a lot of players are going to switch to as their default camera setting in the near future. To access the camera settings, just go into settings, and under gameplay, you'll see the camera zoom method here, which you can use to change between all three options. One problem I identified in my huge advantage video was that players on low graphics settings didn't have shadows in their game, meaning when their opponent was off screen, they had no idea where they were. Well, that problem's now been totally fixed by the introduction of off-screen indicators. These indicators allow us to see exactly where everything is when it's off screen, including opposition players, teammates, the ball, and even our own car. The great thing about this feature is that we can control exactly which of the indicators are displayed by going into settings, gameplay, then pressing this configure button and ticking or unticking these boxes. And we can change exactly what zone the game considers off screen, which is useful if you have a phone with a notch like many iPhones. And if you don't like the indicators at all, you can simply turn them off by changing this from normal to no indicators. However, I'd strongly recommend leaving them on. It's definitely one of the best additions to the game this season. The next one is a change just for touchscreen players. It's the ability to move your joystick location and then to fix it permanently in one spot. As you can see, if we fix it in this location, then press anywhere else on the left side of the screen, the joystick flashes a bit but doesn't register any input at all. I personally don't play touch, so I don't really know about this, but maybe some of you touch players can let me know if this is a good change or not. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Spectator Mode has finally been added to Sideswipe. And with it, surely a whole new wave of Sideswipe content creators launching their own community tournaments. Maybe a Mogz Discord tournament coming soon? Come join the Discord to find out. This Spectator Mode is accessible during party matches only. Now, when you start a party match, you'll get this option to choose your teams: home team, away team, and spectator. And then, as you can see, as spectator, we've got a great view of the game, but we're not actually in control of any of the cars. One great thing about this mode is that we can change our camera setting whilst in spectator mode. So we could choose to follow the ball around in focus mode, or instead go zoomed out and watch the whole field. Or, of course, use the default mode. With the introduction of the new 3v3s game mode comes the addition of a new arena, Longfield. This arena is accessible in both free play and exhibition mode, and I think is a great replacement for SC Field to practice mechanics and air dribbles, since we don't have to worry about accidentally scoring goals all the time and having to reset the field. And in exhibition mode, I don't know, maybe we can play some insane 1v1s against bots where they spend the whole time chasing us around the huge field. Could be fun. In the past, when we wanted to re-queue immediately after a match, we would only have a second or two on this screen in which to go into settings and then go leave match. If we missed this time slot, we would have to sit through the post-match celebration screen before we could re-queue. Well, now, instead of only being able to leave on this screen, we can now leave during the entire post-match celebrations. So yeah, awesome if you don't want to watch someone boost spraying in your face. And last but not least, we have the bug fixes for iOS controller players. For a long time, us poor controller players have been plagued by problems with buttons getting stuck down, or our car not flipping over properly. It was actually super annoying. Well, now these issues are a thing of the past. According to the official post by Psyonix, these problems have now been fixed. And I'm happy to report, as a controller player on iPhone, since Season 3 launched, I haven't had any of these problems at all. So yeah, super happy about this change. And that's it. Those are all the changes I want to talk about in this video. There are definitely a few changes that I didn't talk about, but I think these are the most significant ones. What do you guys think of all the changes this season? Are you happy about all of them, or did they introduce some new problems into the game? Let me know down in the comments. And like the video if you liked it, dislike it if not, subscribe for more videos like this, as well as a whole bunch of other Rocket League and Rocket League Sideswipe content. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.